with Gypsyfae Creations. Thanks so much for tuning in. Today's soap is for all of the February babies out there. We are going to be doing an amethyst gemstone or birthstone inspired soap. I have done this once before, and it's been probably about 2 years since I've done an amethyst soap. One of the first gemstone themed soaps that I have ever done, and since then I've done other stones like emerald and sapphire and moonstone, and I've done it in a particular design every single time. So the amethyst needs a little makeover. It needs to catch up and kind of, I don't know, thought it was time to make it look like the other ones that I've done. And my best friend has also been begging me to remake this soap, so that is what I'm doing. I'm just getting around to remaking this soap, giving it a little makeover. I'm going to add something a little more special to this one, but it is going to also have some similarities to the original as well as the previous soaps that I've done in this style. You'll see. I have just mixed in my lye solution into my oils here, and I have a whisk because we're going to get a layer going on the bottom, and I really want this to stay fluid on me and give me plenty of time to work. So I've just whisked that all together, and I'm going to split this off into my first layer. I have a whole bunch of different purples that I've been trying to use. I have a whole bunch of different micas that I've been trying to use, actually, from Soapbox Micas, from when I got a whole bunch of stuff from her, but they are not in business anymore as far as I know, and so I'm just trying to use up some of these micas that I have, and there are a lot of purples. I think this one is the violet, so we'll start with that. Set this big bucket off to the side, and then we'll give this a mix. The biggest reason why Kate has been begging me to remake the soap is because she loved the fragrance so much, and that's because I used a brambleberry fragrance called Amethyst. So I'm going to use that again, just for her. It has notes of pear, melon, sparkling lemon, lilies, freesia, patchouli, and amber. It is a very light and delicate floral. It's very fresh, and it just reminds me of spring in a bottle. And so this is what she wanted, and this is what she gets. And she'll probably end up buying the whole entire loaf of it, to be honest, because she's just been begging me. I'm not joking. She's just waiting for me to remake this soap. She buys all my other ones, but this has been a request for her since, I don't know, 2 years ago. Alright, let's get the mold over here. I want to pour this on an angle, so I'm going to prop this mold up like so and start pouring. I also have some gold mica and a little tea strainer off to the side that I'm going to add a mica line, just like the other ones that I've done. This is so similar to that, except for one thing I'll be changing on the top that I'm kind of excited for. So I'm going to divide this up into 2 more shades of purple. Into the little bucket here, I have some royal purple, that's the name of that mica, and into the big one I'm going to put some anemone mica. gonna get an in the pot swirl going here. I think I'm just gonna pour them in at the same time. Scrape these guys out. We'll start pouring. I also have some gold mica in that tea strainer to put on the inside and just kind of alternate back and forth between that. And I have some melt and pour that I've also colored in purple to do a little drizzle on the inside of this. And then I'm going to place the PVC pipe pieces that I normally do in there, and then I'll show you the embeds, yes, the other embeds that I'm going to put on here that are new. So typically what I would put on the side of this soap are some colored salts, and I decided to give sculpting some melt and pour into crystals a go, and so these are my Amethyst melt and pour embeds that I'm going to put on the side of the soap. Alright, so we'll stick these on the side. The original design, I had done something similar. They were a little pointier and in my opinion not as pretty, but Kate really liked it and she said it cleans the belly buttons very nicely. She's always good for a laugh, so I thought for her I would do these again. I don't always get the results I want when I try this, so I don't attempt it very often, but for this I think I did a good job. It's a little frustrating working with melt and pour when it comes to like sculpting and carving things, because I'm always like, well, did I take too much off? Does that look realistic? Do I need to take more off? And then I question myself and I just feel like they don't look good. But these I'm happy with. So let's get these on. I'm gonna let this sit until it holds its shape and I can easily take out those PVC pieces, because I'm gonna end up filling in that crevice with some more melt and pour cubes in different shades of purple and clear to make it look like a geode. So now comes the painstaking process of putting in all of these melt and pour cubes, embedding them into this little crevice I've created, and I have different shades of purples, and these cubes are all different sizes. Some of them have some gold mica in them. You're just gonna sit here and watch me embed all of these little pieces of melt and pour in here. It's gonna take me a while. I also have some clear melt and pour off to the side that I've melted down. Once all of the bottom is covered in melt and pour, the purple pieces, I'll take that clear and I will just bind all of these little pieces together. I will probably let this sit for another 24 hours. Just because I really want to make sure they stick in the soap and that when I cut them, they don't decide to all come out. So I am going to be here a while. But I'm going to start with like darker purple cubes, and then I'll go to the lighter purple cubes, and then I'll fill it all in with the clear, and we're going to get a little geode cavern inside of the soap. let's cut into this and see what it looks like on the inside. So far, I think it's probably one of the best ones I've ever made, but let's cut into it first. I'm already liking it better because I didn't use salts on it, which usually make a huge mess and fall off. I have to be very careful when cutting this because of all of that melt and pour on there. So we don't want any of that to fall off or break my wire. But let's see how it turned out. Alright, so I'm loving the gold that's running through there. That turned out so pretty. Look at that, the gold mica line, the amethyst that I carved out, not too shabby, and the little amethyst geode going on in there. Very, very pretty. Over the weekend, Bradley and I took a little day trip with another friend couple and visited a town called Frederick, Maryland, and it is in western Maryland, about an hour away from us. Little town with lots of history. I don't know, National Museum of Civil War Medicines out there. We didn't visit that though, but that is a place to go see. Lots of history from early settlers to the Civil War. Lots of forest and mountains. They also have a cavern out there that we visited, but I'll get into that. Trying to concentrate on lining this up here because I don't want to mess anything up. Let's see. Alright, yeah, so lots of history in the town, lots of great restaurants. The mountains are very, very pretty out there. They're actually part of the Blue Ridge Mountains. Lots of famous people from Patsy Cline have lived there, and Francis Scott Key is buried there. So if you ever get around to Frederick in Maryland, there's lots to do, lots of little shops to look around at. They have a nice promenade along the Carroll Creek Canal, I suppose is the word I'm looking for. Lots of boats they had lit up in there, so it was a nice little stroll around town. It was about 60 degrees outside for January. That is very, very, very unusual. The point of this trip was to go visit a place called Crystal Grottos, and it was a cavern, an underground cavern that had formations of stalactites and stalagmites in it, and I didn't even know this place existed. So it was a fun little trip to go see just how amazing and wonderful the earth can create these things. It was just really, really pretty to see, and it was just magical. So we are all about planning out other trips right now to go see other caverns. So I'm curious if there are caverns in every state. That would be cool to like visit every single state. So if you guys have ever been to a cavern, let me know. Learned some fun things, like it takes years, like hundreds of years, for these formations to form even an inch, and of course you don't want to touch them, but it was really, really cool. So I'll leave some stuff at the end of this video, just video or pictures that I took. I think the last time we visited any type of cavern, it was probably about 5 years ago in Ireland. So it was a nice little reminder that we should do it more often. Alright, next step for this is to put on the little amethyst gemstones. I usually put I can't even find them right now. I don't know what I did with them. They're probably out here, they are in front of my face. I had these little melt and pour gemstones that I will attach to the front of them, and that will be it. I love how this soap turned out. I really, really think it's my favorite of all the gemstone soaps that I've done. I hope that Kate enjoys it. I hope you guys enjoy it, because she's only allowed 4 bars. That is her cutoff. She's made an appearance on this channel before, and it's another thing she's begging me. She wants to come back and help me make some soap one day, so that just might happen in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up if you're new to the channel and you also enjoyed what you saw. Don't forget to subscribe. Questions or comments, leave them for me in the comment section down below. And until next time, I hope you guys have a very nice day. I will smell you later.
point down. Which is just drapery formation that just kept on the ground. Guys, there's a lot to look at that I won't have time to go down. Some of the lines are pointing at things we're specifically looking at to make sure to